People think power is loud. They think power walks fast, talks fast, reacts fast, answers fast.
They think the person who moves first is the person who wins. But that is not always true. Sometimes the most powerful person in the room is the one who does not rush, the one who pauses before speaking, the one who listens longer than everyone else, the one who does not panic when the pressure rises, the one who can sit inside silence without trying to escape it. That person has something most people do not have.
Control. And control is what makes calm people so dangerous. Not dangerous because they hurt others. Dangerous because they are hard to manipulate. Hard to provoke. Hard to confuse. Hard to pressure into making a mistake. A calm person does not need to dominate the room. They change the room by refusing to be pulled into its chaos.
When everyone else is rushing, they slow down. When everyone else is reacting, they observe.
When everyone else is trying to prove something, they stay centered. And that makes people notice them. Because calm is rare. In a world addicted to speed, calm feels like power. Most people are not really moving fast because they are confident. They are moving fast because they are afraid. Afraid of missing out. Afraid of being ignored. Afraid of looking weak. So they talk too much. They explain too much. They answer before they understand the question. They defend themselves before they are truly attacked. They make decisions just to end the discomfort. And without realizing it, they give their power away. Because the person who can make you react quickly can often make you act against a maple. That is why slow is powerful. Slow gives you space. Space between what happens and space between someone's words and your response. Space between emotion and decision. And inside that space, you get your power back. A calm person understands something simple.
Not every situation deserves an immediate reaction. Not every insult deserves a defense.
Not every question deserves an answer right away. Not every pressure deserves obedience. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is pause. Look, breathe, and let the moment reveal itself. Because when you move too fast, you only see the surface. You hear the words, but you miss the intention. You see the face, but you miss the tension behind it. You respond to the tone, but you miss the trap. Calm people win because they notice what rushed people miss. They notice the tiny shift in someone's voice, the uncomfortable silence after a lie, the fake confidence, the hidden insecurity, the pressure disguised as urgency, the disrespect disguised as a joke, the manipulation disguised as concern. They do not catch these things because they are smarter than everyone else.
They catch them because they are not rushing. Speed makes you blind. Calm makes you accurate.
And accuracy beats speed more often than people think.
Think about the last time someone tried to rush you. Maybe they wanted an answer immediately. Maybe they pushed you to make a decision. Maybe they raised their voice so you would lose your balance. But maybe they acted disappointed so you would feel guilty. Maybe they said, "Why are you taking so long?" That question is not always innocent. Sometimes it means, "Please react before you think." Because people who benefit from your confusion do not want you to slow down. They want you emotional. They want you defensive. They want you explaining yourself. They want you moving before you can see clearly. But a calm person does not take the bait. They do not let someone else's urgency become their emergency. They do not confuse pressure with truth. They do not mistake loudness for authority.
They stay slow, and that slowness creates a problem for anyone trying to control them.
Because when you refuse to rush, manipulation loses its grip.
A calm person might simply say nothing for a moment, not to be rude, not to play games, but to think.
And that pause changes everything. The other person expects a reaction. They expect panic. They expect defensiveness. They expect you to fill the silence. But instead, you give them space. They often reveal more than they planned. They explain too much. They repeat themselves. They become impatient. They show their real motive. They expose the pressure behind their words. This is why silence can feel so powerful. Not because silence is empty, but because silence makes hidden things louder. A slow person lets the moment speak. Yoganand. They do not chase every word. They do not fight every emotion. They watch.
And while they are watching, they are learning. This is the first secret of calm people.
They do not react to the first version of a situation. They wait for the deeper version. Because the first version is usually noise. The deeper version shows the truth. Someone may insult you, but the deeper truth may be insecurity. Someone may rush you, but the deeper truth may be control. Someone may criticize you, but the deeper truth may be jealousy. Someone may act confident, but the deeper truth may be fear. If you react too fast, you fight the surface. If you slow down, you see the pattern. And once you see the pattern, you stop becoming a victim of it. That is why calm people often look like they are doing less, but internally, they are doing more.
They are reading, measuring, filtering, choosing. They are not frozen. They are not passive.
They are not weak. They are disciplined. There is a difference. Weakness is avoiding the moment. Calm is entering the moment without losing yourself. Weakness is letting people walk over you. Calm is deciding when your words will have the most weight. Calm people are not slow because they lack fire. They are slow because they know fire must be aimed. Uncontrolled fire burns everything. Controlled fire creates power. Though when a calm person finally speaks, people listen, not because they shouted, not because they forced attention, but because they did not waste their words. Their pause gave their words weight. Their silence made their voice sharper. Their patience made their timing stronger.
And timing is one of the biggest reasons calm people win. They do not always move first, but they often move best.
They do not always answer fastest, but they answer with clarity.
They do not always dominate the conversation, but they shift it with one sentence. They do not always fight for attention, but attention eventually comes to them. Because people can feel when someone is not desperate, and that is powerful.
Desperation has a smell. You can hear it in someone's voice. You can see it in how quickly they explain themselves. You can feel it in how hard they try to be liked. But calm has a different energy.
I am not here to chase approval. I do not need to win every small moment.
I can wait. And people respect what does not beg to be respected. This is where slow becomes more than a behavior. It becomes identity.
You are no longer someone who gets pulled by every emotion. You are no longer someone who moves because others push.
You are no longer someone who needs to prove your value immediately. You become someone with rhythm, someone with boundaries, someone with presence. And presence is not about being loud. Presence is about being hard to shake.
That is why calm people win. Because while everyone else is trying to control the room,
They are controlling themselves. And self-control is the beginning of real power. So the next time the world tries to rush you, remember this. You do not need to move first. You need to move clearly. Slow is not weakness. Slow is self-respect in motion. Slow is wisdom before action. And in a world where everyone is rushing to react, the calm person wins by choosing when to move.